You are now listening to the sounds of Dr. B's Spot, a production of Bowden Enterprise Services, LLC. Join the podcast where love and life topics are discussed surrounding spiritual connection, relationships, finance, and becoming a better you through elevation. And now, here's your host, spiritual advisor and behavioral health clinician, Dr. B.
Welcome back to another session of Dr. B's Spot, Love and Life, the podcast where we talk about all things love, life, and spirituality. I'm your host, your spiritualist, your therapist, Dr. B. We are back in business and back in action. Thank you for tuning in once again and listening to my content. It's always much appreciated. Now, today, I'm releasing this segment on my birthday. I'm grateful and happy to be alive and blessed to see another year. Time flies with grace when you're living happily. I'm glad to be spending this prepared moment sharing and pouring to others along my path. Now, on this particular day, I want to share a topic of the week, of the moment, called Trust Sacred Ground. Having the ability to trust is sacred ground. Our walk through life has not been easy. If we're still standing here in this moment of time, we have endured the cries and whispers of deep-seated pain of loss. That includes some irreplaceable lives that were lost along the way, being our relatives or close friends, who are no longer here on this earth in the physical, yet they guide us in the spirit as we keep living. Learning how to release and grieve in order to heal takes courage of faith and resilience to face another day. To trust that the ground will continue to hold you up as you move forward in strength. You trusted yourself that things would actually get better eventually. Sometimes you couldn't see it, and as time moved, things began to fall back into place to help you work around those missing pieces that were no longer there. Somehow you figured out a way to master these puzzle pieces to fit in its proper place. This is with time. Lord Alfred Tennyson says that 'tis better to have love and loss than never to have loved at all. Just know that real love felt never dies. It's always felt and have left impressions that will last lifetimes. When real love is shared between our counterparts, that placement should never be taken for granted. That stain lasts forever, even when things shift and one is removed from the other. Some may think the stain of love then disintegrates before your eyes, when it's actually opposite. It's forever embedded. Take time to cherish the love received as well as the love you give. Don't be selfish with it or hide it. Having the trust in knowing that the person who told and showed you love was genuine and sincere, that's sacred. It can't be defiled. As a result, on life lessons, the time traveling of our journey and the paths of our ancestors are repeated many times in our lives. The generational lineages that some may even try to call curses try to hold strong to things we may need to break in this cycle of our life. We are in different times, different places, and light years ahead of the past. There have been teachings that we could take that have been imparted, but realistically, there is no diagram to pinpoint reactive versus non-reactive measures if you choose not to follow the ancestral path. What if you chose your own direction and path? Trusting in yourself is leading you toward the path of sacred ground. This is a spiritual knowing of what you feel and led to make. Change can be good for the soul because you agree with it. Your happiness is what counts, and balance in your equilibrium within the universe can bring you stability. Remember, hearing that message about your body is your temple. It's sacred ground. That's why it should be protected all times. Inside and outside, meaning in spiritual and in the natural. If you don't adhere to both, like a quarter of heads or tails, there'll be a misalignment and an imbalance. The sun is cleansing, and the ground is a guide, sacredly protecting your footsteps with every footprint. I hear God is restoring your inner conflict and making peace in your soul to ascend towards greater heights. You've had some blocks that were mind-altering, perhaps a chemical imbalance. If you think in a minuscule manner, then you'll miss your appointed blessings. Be prepared for change. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be open. If you pray, do you have enough faith to believe in God's provision for the changes to come in your life and bless you bountifully? You have been seeking to find your answers, and my voice is a confirmation that is coming to pass. Not only am I a therapist, I've been given the gift as a seer. I'm a healer, I'm a teacher, an intuitive, an empath, a minister of the divine. I wear many hats. My life's work and dedication are to guide those who feel they are in captivity. Guide those with voices that can't be heard and have been silenced for too long. My life's work is to remove loads and burdens that some may carry and set them free. My life's work is to step into your life, whether it was in the physical or the spiritual, by touching your heart and mind when I leave, for you to be clear of negative energies or confusions that were at your doorstep. After all, many are called, but few are chosen. These moments are for my imprint to be felt in knowing that I made a difference in your life. It takes a lot of trust for individuals and to trust those individuals. But it takes even more to trust ourselves. Do not let your heart be wearied. Trust in your sacred ground. I've come to the end of this message. I've hoped that it's been uplifting to someone out there. I thank you for listening to Dr. B's Spot, Love and Life. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Until next time, be blessed with less stress. Much love, Dr. B.
Join us next time at Dr. B's Spot, where we dive into the real deal of love and life by tapping into your body, mind, and spirit. Don't forget to like, rate, and comment on each podcast that we drop. For all upcoming shows, reach Dr. B and all she has to offer on BowdenEnterprise.com and social media outlets under the moniker Bowden Enterprise Services. Peace and blessings to you and yours. We are out.